For me, the men, the men, the men will always be more important than the females in the family. Why? Because the men are the ones that keep the family name strong. The females in the family, they get married, and what happens? They take on their husbands' names. Therefore, leave it up to the females in the family, and our family name dies. That's something that's never going to happen with me. Of course, when I have children, my children will be Smileys. My wife will be a Smiley. Their children will be Smileys. My grandchildren will be Smileys. You get the point. But I got the kind of parents that favor their daughters, even though their daughters carry some random nigga's name. That's not our family name. So that's my point. And I did my family history for the tarot card readers who say get into your genealogy. I did that long before any of y'all ever picked up a book, ever read any records on ancestry. I did all that shit. I traced my ancestry back to the 1800s. I'm the only black person in my family that traced our ancestry back to the 1800s without a DNA test. And they still act like it's not a big fucking deal. When yes, the fuck it is. I know more than you about the Smileys. I know more than you about both sides of the family. I just focus on the Smileys. So, yeah. It makes sense why they can't really tell me nothing when it comes to family members and stuff. Every relative that dies, they send me the obituary. So I know what Smileys die from. I know the life expectancy of a Smiley. I know more than you think I know. So knowing that, it's easy to just silence people when they talking what they don't know, as far as who's about to die and what they're about to die from and how long they got and all this panic shit that I'm not going to do. So yeah, I'm going to keep the Smiley name strong, unlike my sisters who taking on some other nigga's name and don't tell their children nothing about the Smileys. And of course, I'm only talking about the ones who are actually Smileys. Because nowadays, people have the Smiley name and it don't mean nothing. If you're not doing anything to make our family name great, then you're not doing your job. You should have the attitude of like a Dame Dash. Can your children come work for you? No, they got to go work for the white man like you do. Because you're not an entrepreneur and you don't have your own business. And if you say, well, you don't either, like, you don't know what I have, and you don't know what I'm planning, and you don't know what I have in store for my children because I haven't had them yet. So it's a difference. Yours already exists, and we see what you're doing. You want them to be carbon copies of you. You want them to work where you work. You don't want them to create for themselves. You don't want them to have a strong legacy, heritage, lineage. All of those words, I'm the only one who speaks those words because to them it's like a foreign language. So of course you can't tell me nothing. Of course you can't tell me nothing because everything you saying is from a place of not knowing. Scorpios are just the type of people that like to do their research. So we don't just blurt shit out our mouth. We know what the fuck we talking about before we say it. It's just, since we're the most hated zodiac sign, people downplay what we know and how knowledgeable we are. I even had a Spanish class, y'all, where I got a B+. That was a big deal because I had never gotten a B+ before. But none of my siblings have ever had Spanish. Don't get credit for that either. That's why I fuck with Puerto Rican and Mexican women, because I fuck with Spanish. Had Spanish when I lived in Alaska. All the things that I have accomplished, they don't care about. They don't acknowledge. They be like, oh, you still not doing nothing. You ain't doing enough. No, I'm not doing what the fuck y'all want me to do. But I'm definitely doing what I'm supposed to be doing. People like to try to control others in my family, like for real. Even though they got their own children to control and their own husband to control, they're like, oh, I'm going to try to control my younger brother, which is fucking impossible. It was impossible before you even had children, so I don't know why you would think it would be possible now. You're the one with the amnesia. I'm the one that's being consistent with my personality and what's not going to go down.